Assalamu alaikum. Imagine putting your brain in autopilot, saving energy while still getting things done.
Some people will say, oh, this sounds too good to be true.
But that's exactly what habits do for us. Did you know that over 40% of our daily actions are driven by habits? Our brains are so lazy. They are wired to build habits because it requires less mental effort. In this and the next video, we will explore the science of habits, why they are so powerful, how they are formed, and how to harness them to be more productive. Whether you are looking to break a bad habit or build a new one, understanding the 4 key components of a habit can be a game changer. Ready to unlock the secrets to effortless efficiency? If you are new here, I'm Omar Muhammad. I'm on a journey from employee to business owner, building my first AI automation agency. On this channel, I share my experiences, both successes and failures, to help you avoid common pitfalls. In this and the upcoming videos, I'm sharing a practical summary of the Learning How to Learn course provided by Coursera, a summary that focuses on practical tips you can use in your daily life. If you are serious about mastering the art of learning, Omar got you covered. You will find a comprehensive document with all points covered in the video description, neatly laid out for easy revision. And if Arabic is the preferred language, you are in good hands. Sana got you covered. She translated the entire document for you. This topic will be covered in 2 separate videos. Here's what you can expect. What is a habit? The importance of willpower, step-by-step guide to how to form a habit. What is a habit? A habit is a behavior that becomes automatic through repetition. Habits allow our brains to save energy by enabling us to perform actions without conscious thought. When a behavior becomes a habit, it frees up mental resources for other activities. Before we dive any deeper, if you are really serious about understanding habits, it's highly recommended that you grab a book about them. Atomic Habits is generally a good book. Why habits are so powerful? It is clear that one of the significant benefits of habits is that they save our precious willpower from being wasted on trivial matters. Habits play a vital role in shaping our daily lives and impacting our behaviors, attitudes, and overall well-being. Here are some important roles that habits play in our daily lives. Consistency and structure. Habits provide a framework for consistency in our lives. They allow us to automate behaviors, reducing the mental effort required to make decisions. This automation is beneficial because it frees up cognitive resources for more complex tasks. Personal development. Habits are fundamental to personal growth and development. They serve as the building blocks for achieving goals and creating positive changes. For instance, developing a habit of exercising regularly can lead to improved physical health, while cultivating a habit of reading can enhance knowledge and cognitive skills. Mental and emotional well-being. Positive habits can significantly enhance mental and emotional health. Engaging in regular physical activity, practicing gratitude, or maintaining a healthy diet can lead to reduced stress and anxiety levels. Additionally, habits provide a sense of predictability and control in life, which can be particularly comforting during challenging times. Overcoming negative patterns. While habits can be beneficial, they can also be detrimental if they are negative or unhelpful. Identifying and replacing bad habits with positive ones is crucial for personal development. For example, replacing procrastination with proactive time management can lead to increased productivity and satisfaction. We understand the importance of habits by now, but how do we form them? Understanding habits components is essential to fully understand how they are formed. The 4 main components of a habit. A habit consists of 4 main components: cue, routine, reward, and belief. Familiarize yourself with these to build and sustain your habit efficiently. The cue, the trigger that initiates the habit. It can be an external signal like time of day or an item on a to-do list, or an internal feeling like hunger or stress, like seeing your running shoes by the door reminds you to go for a run. The routine, the action or behavior you perform in response to the cue. This is the habitual activity itself, like lacing up your running shoes and really go for a run. The reward, the positive reinforcement you receive after completing the routine. This reward helps you to reinforce the habit, helping you to repeat the behavior in the future, like feeling a rush of endorphins and a sense of accomplishment after your run. The belief, the mindset or belief system that supports the habit. Beliefs can empower you to maintain or replace habits. It is what you think about the habit, like believing that regular exercise improves your health and mood, which motivates you to keep running. Analogy and example of a habit. Suppose you need to build a new study habit, which is to study for 1 hour daily at 7 p.m. Imagine that habits are exactly like a production line in a factory. To better understand habits, we will review the 4 main components again. I will start with each component and its analogy and then follow it up directly with the example to help you soak in the concept inside your head. Imagine your habit as a production line in a factory. Here's how each component maps to this analogy. The cue. You can think of it as the start button. The start button initiates the production process just as a cue triggers your habit. In our example, at 7 p.m., the alarm rings to signal the beginning of your study session. The time 7 p.m. and the alarm functions as the start button. The routine. You can think of it as the production process itself. The production process consists of the series of actions performed to create the final product, just as the routine is the set of actions you perform in response to the cue. In our example, the alarm rings, you sit at your desk, review notes for 10 minutes, and work on assignments for 20 minutes. These 3 consecutive actions function as the production process itself. The reward. You can think of it as the finished product. The finished product results from the production process providing value and satisfaction, just as a reward reinforces the habit and provides a sense of achievement. In our example, after studying, you enjoy a favorite activity, such as watching a TV show or having a treat, which serves as the reward for completing your study session. Enjoying the favorite activity functions as the finished product. The belief. You can think of it as the factory's mission statement. The factory's mission statement guides the production line, giving purpose and direction. Similarly, your belief system supports and sustains your habits by providing motivation and rationale. In our example, believing that consistent studying leads to academic success and reduces stress to reinforce your commitment to the study habit. Examples of cues in habit formation. Since cues are the first component of forming habits, it's worth it to dive a little deeper into them to help us create effective cues. Creating effective cues means you will be more efficient in building new habits, so please pay attention to this part. I will start with the cue itself and then follow it up with an example directly for better understanding. Cues usually fall into one of the 4 following categories: location, like home; time; feelings; reactions, either to other people or to something that just happened. Let us talk a bit about each separately. Location. A student develops a habit of reading in the library. The cue is the physical location of the library, which signals the brain to initiate the reading routine. Every time the student enters the library, the cue is triggered, and they feel the urge to sit down and read. Time. A person decides to start exercising every morning at 7 a.m. The cue is the specific time of day. When the clock strikes 7 a.m., the cue is triggered, signaling the start of the exercise routine. Feelings. An individual starts meditating whenever they feel stressed. The cue is the feeling of stress. As soon as they feel stressed, the cue is triggered and they start meditating. Reactions. You are working at your desk and you hear a message notification sound. Without thinking, you immediately stop what you are doing and check the message. The cue here is the notification sound. Whenever you hear that sound, the cue is triggered and you automatically check your messages. The importance of willpower. Many people believe that willpower is an innate gift that some possess while others do not. This is a misconception. Willpower is not a constant innate trait, but rather a renewable resource. Each day, you start with a limited amount of willpower. As an analogy, imagine willpower as the battery of a smartphone. When you wake up, your willpower battery is fully charged, similar to a phone plugged in overnight and now shows 100% battery. As you go through your day, making decisions and performing tasks, your willpower battery drains. Just like using apps, making calls, and browsing the internet depletes a phone battery. By the end of the day, your willpower, like the phone battery, can be close to zero. Therefore, it is crucial to use your willpower wisely, especially when forming and maintaining habits. Instead of attempting a complete overhaul of old habits, focus on modifying specific parts and developing a few new ones. The key to overriding an existing habit is to change your response to the cue that triggers it. The only significant application of willpower should be in altering your response to these cues. Let's face it, we cannot eliminate all the cues that trigger our bad habits. So, what we can do? This is where we need to use our willpower to fight our response to the cue. By response, I mean the routine that is triggered by the cue. As an example, if the cue for procrastination is feeling overwhelmed by a large study task, you can use willpower to break the task into smaller, manageable chunks. This will make starting and maintaining a study habit easier, much like closing unused apps can help conserve your phone's battery life. By recognizing and adjusting your response to cues, you can effectively override undesirable habits and establish positive ones, all while conserving your willpower for critical moments. Remember that eliminating bad cues and introducing as many as good cues as possible is the optimal resolution to replace your bad habits with good ones. If you are not exposed to a bad cue, you can avoid getting into a fight with the response or routine of that bad habit. Surrounding yourself with good cues will keep you busy getting things done and allow you to utilize your willpower in the right direction. This is not yet completed. Stick around for part 2, but that's it for me now. Assalamu alaikum.